Hey there, good morning everyone. Wednesday, the 23rd of November 2022. This morning's devotional is a reading from the first book of Corinthians, chapter 16, verse 9, which reads, "Because a great door for effective work is opened to me, and there are many who oppose me." The Good News translation reads, "There is a real opportunity here for great and worthwhile work, even though there are many opponents." I was chatting to an old friend of mine the other day, and I could see that she was tired from struggles and opposition, and she asked me, "Don't I get tired when there is constant opposition to the work that is being done or the plans that are made?" Opposition can be very frustrating. Yes, that's true. But for me, it is more of a scenario where there's opposition. There's definitely opportunity for growth as well. One of the greatest tests of character is how you handle opposition. In fact, opposition is part of your life. It prepares you for the opportunities ahead. Without the opposition of the soil, a seed will never grow and become a beautiful plant. Without the opposition of a headwind, an aircraft will not lift off the ground. So if you're going to make something of your life, not everyone is going to like it. You're always going to find those people who feel it is their job, their holy job, to criticize every dream or project that God puts on your heart. Their favorite word is no, and their favorite phrase is, "You can't do that." And one of the tactics that people might use to stop you from doing God's will is ridicule. In Nehemiah chapter 4, we find 3 ways that people might use ridicule to oppose you. They will attack your character and identity. In Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 1 to 2, one of Nehemiah's critics, Sanballat, heard that the wall was being rebuilt. He flew into a rage, became indignant, and mocked the Jews, saying, "What are these pathetic Jews doing?" When someone attacks you, it's typically with their emotions and not their logic. In fact, by the time they're attacking you, they've actually stopped thinking. When people are angry or afraid, they resort to name-calling and lies. And yes, their words can hurt, but they should not change your identity or purpose. People will accuse you of having wrong motives. Nehemiah's critics questioned his motives. Sanballat, one of his critics, said, "What are these feeble Jews doing? Will they restore it for themselves?" And so Sanballat suggested that they were rebuilding the wall for their own glory and selfish purposes. The truth is, no one ever really knows another person's motivation for doing something. We all have mixed motivations. We often can't even figure out our own motivation for doing something. Only God knows the hearts of all men. People will predict your failure. I love this one. One person after another predicted that Nehemiah would fail. One guy even said of the wall that Nehemiah was building in Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 3. He says, "That stone wall would collapse if even a fox walked along the top of it." If you set a goal, announce a vision, or begin a business, many will be quick to forecast your failure. But you always have a choice to give a godly response. My dear friends, opposition there will always be. How we deal with it is a test of our character. Moses had opposition. Samuel had opposition. The prophets had opposition. The disciples had opposition. The apostles had opposition. Jesus had opposition. Did they give up? How do you deal with opposition? Do you tackle it head on, or throw in the towel and admit defeat even before you have tried? May the Lord be with you. May He bless you. May He cause His face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.